Guys, how y'all doing today? Well, baby, if your name is Gina Stunned, girl, you know what? We're going to pray for you. Gina Stunned has broken her silence. She has broken her silence because everybody in the world was like, what the F, girl? We had Diddy on the ropes. It was you. It was Cassie. It was victim number 3 and 4. Well, you was victim number 3. It was Cassie, victim number 2. You was victim number 3 and victim number 4. We had Diddy on the ropes. It was a dream team. All we had to do was hold the line, and you broke it. Now, we are going to offer Gina some grace because whether or not she realizes or not, based off of her prior comments, and we'll get into that, Gina is a victim, and Gina is deep in the throes of it. So much so that Gina wanted to pop up and let us know, and she broke her silence on Instagram. And when she broke her silence, I literally rolled my eyes and said, guess what, y'all? Everybody wondering where Gina Stunned is at. In my mind, she is still living on Delusion Island. At least that's what I took from it. Listen to what Gina said. She posted this on her Instagram stories. Most of your stress comes from the way you respond to life and not the way life really is. So basically, this is the way I took it, because like every dumb thing, yes, there's an ounce to it, but it's very Khloe Kardashian coded. You can't say that most of our stress, that's not true when you're actually in an abusive situation. That's like you saying most of your stress comes from you being reminded you're in a war, not the war itself. No, my stress comes from, most of your stress comes from thinking about being broke, not being broke. No, girl, my stress comes from my electricity about to get cut off or still having carpet from 1980s in my house, even though I might be dating a billionaire. Anyway, y'all, let's get into this, because to me, this sounds like Gina is basically saying she's not a victim. And life isn't hard if you just choose to believe it isn't. And everything is okay. And I said, you know, and this is what people keep forgetting about forgiveness. First of all, Gina, why do you need the world now to stop calling you a dum-dum? I will stop calling you a dum-dum because I truly, after this, I'm like, Gina is a victim. She is still in Delulu land. In my mind, just my opinion, I don't know what's going on between Gina and Diddy. I do know that I said it before, that I think that Diddy always compared Gina to Cassie, and Cassie was who said this to me? One of y'all in my comments. I'm sorry if I'm forgetting to shout you out. I'll shout you out next video. Cassie was the good one, Gina was the bad one, and Gina's so happy now. Oh yeah, it was a super chat. And Gina's so happy now that she's the one that's saving Diddy. She's the good one. She's the one that helped him. First of all, let me just say this, and I hope I'm wrong. A man like Diddy, as vindictive as he's being, even in the best, his supporters have admitted he is vindictive. He is this, he is that. I find it hard to believe that Gina Stunned, that actually gave statements to the feds that played a part in Diddy's house being raided, I find it very, very hard to ever actually believe that he is not going to make you pay for what you did. And the fact of in the best of times he couldn't value you, and the best of time you wasn't good enough, I really don't feel like in the worst of times it's going to be any difference, okay? And anyway, listen. But get this, I found something from a blast from the past, because a lot of you guys know that Gina did an interview with Tasha K, but a lot of y'all didn't watch the Tasha K interview. But listen to what Gina said in another interview. And as you listen to this, please keep this in mind. As you listen to this, please keep Gina's thing in mind, that most of your stress comes from the way you respond to life, not in the way life is. This is true. You have to keep a good mind frame, but God gives you a mandate to remove yourself from the things that are harming you so that you can be in a safe space and then focus on positive thinking. Positive thinking doesn't help when you're being beat down. Anyway, they said Sean Diddy's Combs' ex-partner, Gina Stunned, claims he abused her and always compared her to Cassie during their relationship. And they have quotes from Gina. Hold on. They said Gina Stunned's affair with Sean Diddy Combs began when he was in an on-off relationship with Cassie. Now, funny, I don't see anybody saying anything about Diddy cheating on Cassie and seeing Gina and having freak offs with other people outside of Cassie, but everybody wants to talk about what Cassie may or may not have been doing with Kid Cudi. Anyway, They said Sean Diddy Combs' former partner Gina Stunned once alleged that Diddy stomped on her stomach and punched her in the head during their 5-year love affair. Gina, who's known by the nickname Virginia V, brought the staggering claim in a 2019 interview that has now resurfaced following Cassie's bombshell lawsuit against Diddy. Here's what Gina said. He stomped on my stomach really hard, like took the wind out of my breath. Okay? This is according to page 6. She said, I couldn't breathe. He kept hitting me. I was pleading to him, can you just stop? I can't breathe. Let's also not forget that Diddy's assistant, George Kaplan, even though he said Diddy was a god among men, literally left employment because he couldn't take morally seeing the depths of evil that when Diddy was beating Cassie and when Diddy was beating Gina, it was something that just literally, it just made him feel so gross he couldn't be around it anymore. And he said that was his dream job and it paid him to leave, but he couldn't take it. He also implicated KK because he said, did you tell anybody when you saw this? He said, yeah, I told KK about the Gina. I told him about when I saw him beating Cassie. She said she was sad and disappointed, but I don't know if she took any action. Again, we'll see if KK flipped, but if not, you got a lot of explaining to do. Gina Hans then said that Diddy assaulted her by grabbing her by the hair. Let's not forget everybody that said that Diddy laid hands on Cassie saw him grab her by the hair and drag her upstairs, drag her down a driveway. He loved grabbing women by the hair before he beat them. They said the 31-year-old claimed that Diddy then grabbed her by the hair and was punching her in the back of her head. She finally retaliated as she had had enough of his ish. Her relationship with Diddy began when he was in an on-again, off-again relationship with Cassie, who, y'all know what happened with that. She said Diddy was mentally, emotionally, and physically abusing me. He would always compare me to Cassie and tell me that I'm the bad one and that Cassie was the good one. She recalled adding that everyone around Diddy allowed the alleged abuse to occur. She then went on to say that this was a 3-part interview, that Diddy had paid her $5,000 to abort their baby when she became pregnant. She said, I turned the money down because I just loved him. I wanted to. I was like trying to prove that. So you're pregnant with this man's child. He gave you, a billionaire gave you $5,000 to abort his baby. You say no because you're so busy trying to prove you love this man. Again, does this not go to Gina's post when she put crying in Chanel and put I'm the secret sauce? I think Gina is so in her mind into this dynamic Diddy set up. If this is what's happening, again, this is just my opinion. If this is what's happening, that she is getting off on proving that she's the good one now, that she can save him. I think she wants to be seen and heard and loved and needed so much by this man that did horrible things that she don't know what to do. She said, I turned the money down because I just loved him. I wanted to, I was trying to prove that. She then said, I wasn't the girl that wanted him for money. I just cared about him. I just wanted him to be nice to me, that's it. I don't care what nobody said. I don't think Gina got paid off from Diddy. I think she's doing this out of love and the kindness of her heart. I think that she just wants Diddy to love her. Anyway, listen, what are we thinking, right? In any case, hold on, let me get to the bottom of Gina. Gina said a lot more crazy stuff. I believe she said that she even stomped her in the stomach while she was carrying their child, and she might have lost that baby because of that. Listen, this is wild. She said she turned down the money because I just loved him. I wanted to. I was trying to prove that. I wasn't that girl that wanted him for money. I just cared about him. I just wanted him to be nice to me. That was it. You guys, what do y'all actually think about this? I think it's a shame. I'm going to stop calling Gina a dum-dum because at the end of the day, everybody gets strong in their own time. It took Cassie 10 years. It took victim number 2, who knows how many years. It took all these things. So it just really, listen, we're going to have to just pray for Gina. We pray for Gina, and I hope she is healthy. I hope she is happy. I hope she's in a safe place. And I hope, Yeah, I hope she didn't take it to pay off from Diddy, because I'm sure the feds are monitoring her account. But at the very least, I hope she finds the peace that she seeks, and I hope Diddy doesn't retaliate for the role she played in his demise. And I hope Gina sees through all the fake smiles and concern and love and appreciation and gratitude that his family is probably showing her now, if they're in contact. And I hope she sees it for what it is. They are just using you. They are just using you. And even if you can do the ultimate sacrifice and sacrifice yourself so Diddy can get out of jail, you are still gonna pay. Because at the end of the day, in the best of times, they didn't value or respect you. But that's just me. Anyway, y'all, let me know what y'all think in the comments. I will talk to y'all later.